to the naked eye, you wouldn't know what's really going on in the kelp and under the rocks and the docks in the Bay Area or Northern California, or anywhere pretty much. Looking at these little tiny creatures that can't even see me or are aware of what's really going on around them, other than if it's dark or light or if it smells different from what they're used to. I think it's really interesting to be able to photograph them in such a up close level, and sea slugs are everywhere. So I have really found a nice sense of community with people who look for these little tiny mollusks. I'm Laura Gravel, and I am an intertidal zone photographer for fun. This is my job, and these are my coworkers. Shell-less mollusks. Been doing photography pretty much for fun since I got a phone, but specifically intertidal photography for about a year and a half. This past year, 2025, is when it really took off for me. In December of last year, 2024, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, and she passed away in March. But this has been one of the most difficult years of my life, but it's also been one of the best because of the friends I've made and experiences I've had, specifically because of tide pooling.
If you don't know the tide pool etiquette or the etiquette of the place that you're visiting, you can do more harm than good by visiting it. I think with the publicity needs to be the education.
This past year and last year, I've noticed a lot more broadcasting, visiting the tide pools to the public, and I think it's a really cool thing and beneficial for kids and people who wouldn't know that this is a really cool place to explore. But I think it can also be harmful if they're not properly disclosing where people should go. If it's a marine protected area, they should bring their dogs or not, if it's safe for kids. And touching the animals and turning over rocks can be very harmful to them. There are certain species that it's totally fine to touch and handle and observe, but when people are flipping over rocks and leaving the rocks to dry out in the sun for hours,
they're not only being exposed to different temperatures in the water, but also different air temperatures now.
And that's very harmful to sensitive areas like the intertidal zone. I think it is really awesome and it is good for people to get out and explore, but I think these social media accounts and specifically very popular news articles that might not be necessarily getting their information from a marine biologist on how to do it correctly in a way that's not harmful to the environment, it can be very harmful.
Along our coastline, the intertidal zone exists in a delicate balance. When curious hands turn over rocks or careless steps crush shells, organisms are put at risk. The intertidal zone depends on recovery, but constant human pressure leaves no time to heal.
It is a dynamic ecosystem that is used to a lot of disruption. It is fragile now in the sense that it is seeing a tremendous amount of human impact, and it is fragile in the fact that it is now seeing more disruption, but it's not being allowed the recovery time. And when you have a tourist just walking there, usually that's not the only thing they're doing. They are also not respecting the laws that protect these ecosystems from collection. So you have all these factors, right? And combined, that is tearing down an ecosystem that doesn't have enough time to rebuild.
it can be frightening that media sources are broadcasting this in a way that is not, it's beneficial to humans, but it's not beneficial to the environment. And it can be kind of dangerous to those fragile ecosystems.
Ooh, cute. That's my first sandalwood. Me too.
It's been a really healing experience because I am able to go out to the beach either by myself or with my friends who I care very deeply for, and we're all just so excited to look in the slime and the sludge for little slugs. And sometimes even just having alone time out at the beach is, I'd say, is really important for me.
Being near the ocean shifts how the mind handles stress. In that state, the mind isn't escaping pain, it's giving room to process it.